All right, quick update for the 150 Reads challenge book list, whatever. Flight of Icarus is about a author who is writing a novel about Icarus. Icarus leaves the book and enters the real world, and then our author is desperately trying to get him back to come back into the novel. Icarus, on the other hand, has no interest in that. He wants to start living a real normal life, dating prostitutes and becoming a mechanic. Absolutely filled with puns and jokes, and obviously I've read it in English translation. I'm sure it's far wittier in French, but I don't have that luxury, so I read it in this nice old New Directions edition. We're seeing a lot of Queneau getting republished, like NYRB does a bunch of nice editions, but I haven't seen this one, so this is the only way I've seen Flight of Icarus. It's a novel, but it's written entirely in verse, like a play, just dialogue. I wouldn't exactly call it howlingly funny, like it says on the cover here, but still pretty amusing. I enjoyed it. If you're intrigued by Queneau, this is the one I would recommend super highly. Exercises in Style. Essentially rewriting the same encounter of sitting on a bus in different literary and cinematic styles. This is the old edition. I think the new one even has like addendums and additional ones to this original edition. Very joyful. I think I have a tendency on this channel to highlight things that tend to stretch what the novel can be. These next two on the list, though, are exactly what, when you define a novel, is exactly what it is. Start to finish, not doing anything postmodern, whatever. That's totally fine. I've started with Giuseppe de Lampedusa's The Leopard. I've had this one on the list for a little while. I've kind of been collecting these beautiful Pantheon modern writer editions, and I've been holding off on watching the film of this, and I think there's a new miniseries. It's about a Italian prince set in the late 18 or mid 1800s, and sort of detailing the squabbles and nuances of aristocratic life during this time in Italy. And that's kind of the novel. It's just the life of Don Fabrizio, fulfilling his just living out his days as a middle-aged into his final days. Lush prose, very beautiful, not really stretching what the novel is in my mind, but it's like an Italian classic of sorts, and it was still pretty good. I think if you want, if that description does something for you, then this book delivers. It's The Leopard. And I've got The Defense by Nabokov. I think in modern translations, this will be called The Lusian Defense. But this old edition I have is just The Defense. I'm really obsessed with, more than the game of chess, books about chess obsessives. And this is one of those. An early novel in Nabokov's career, so one of his Russian ones. Essentially detailing the life of a chess virtuoso child, Lusian, that's his name, as a kid, and kind of how it affects his life going forward. The tragedy of him meeting his wife and trying to stifle his innate chess love, but the way that eventually just like builds up, and you can't escape the chess obsessiveness. From childhood to untimely end, the life of this chess obsessive. In terms of the Nabokov I have read, I would say this one is on the much lower end. Lolita's lovely. Pale Fire's fantastic. Laughter in the Dark was quite sinister, but it was strong. Read a few others, but so slightly lower on my Nabokov ranking. I would rate it in the middle of the books I've read about chess obsessives. If that if that means anything. Those are the 3 things I've checked off the list. Let's select some more. See what's up. There you are. All right, Kleinzeit. If my German's up to snuff. Kleinzeit by Russell Hobbin, and Jeff and Venice, Death in Varenzi by Jeff Dyer is on deck. Yeah, this is a nice... I've just hung onto this nice hardcover edition. Yeah, excited for both of these. I've only read one other Hobbin before, Ridley Walker, which was so good. I don't hear anybody talking about this anymore, so I'm glad to get one more Hobbin on deck. There you go, ripping through them, doing my best. This might be the last time I use this shelf backdrop as for these videos. Stay tuned.